Archangel Michael says, not every relationship ends peacefully. Some are marked with spiritual contracts too deep to break easily. Someone special to you, someone whose presence still lingers in your life or your thoughts, was once entangled with a person who stole more than their time. They stole parts of their soul. What you're about to learn may feel like a wound reopening, but it's necessary for your healing and divine clarity. The connection they had was not of divine love, it was obsession disguised as devotion. This person, the one from their past, didn't just fall in love, they possessed, manipulated, and locked your special one into a cycle of guilt and emotional dependency. And the shadows from that toxic union have been silently affecting your bond with them. You've noticed it. The hesitation in their touch. The haunted way they look into your eyes when you speak of love, trust, or forever. It's because a piece of them was once owned by someone who never planned to release them. This relationship they had before you? It was a soul-deep trap. The kind that doesn't just end with goodbye, it lingers through memories, guilt, and spiritual interference. And you've been unknowingly trying to love someone who's been partly held hostage in their heart. Type Amen to get blessing 717. You're not losing your mind. Their energy has been unpredictable because part of it is still trying to sever from a bond that was forged in manipulation. That woman, or man, didn't just date them, they twisted the very way they saw themselves. They made them question their worth, their choices, and even their right to be happy again. You felt it, haven't you? That strange heaviness around them when you speak your dreams or offer your love freely. That's the residue of trauma, and it's not yours to carry anymore. They don't talk about it much because they think it makes them look weak. But silence protects the one who wounded them, and now, it's time to break that silence. You were brought into their life not just to love them, but to help them wake up. Archangel Michael says, this past relationship is being exposed not to hurt you, but to empower you. You needed to know this not to fight harder for them, but to understand what you're truly healing from. Type Amen to get blessing 414. This other person, the soul taker, has been energetically interfering even from a distance. They may not live close anymore. They may not call or write. But spiritually, their hooks were still present in your person's subconscious. That's why things between you two often felt stuck, like you were almost there but something was always pulling it back. Now you know what it was. This isn't just about emotional damage. It's spiritual entanglement that needed divine assistance to break. And that's why you're reading this now. Because Archangel Michael has been appointed to cut the last invisible cord that was draining your relationship. The battle was never between you and your person. It was between you and what remained of their past. This is your confirmation. You were not wrong to feel like something was always hidden. You were not overreacting to the emotional distance. Your intuition was warning you because your soul recognized the interference. Type Amen to get blessing 999. There is good news in this revelation. The truth will finally set both of you free. Your person is waking up. Slowly, but surely, they are remembering who they are, without that toxic energy pulling them down. You are the one who was sent to show them what love feels like without fear. You are the one their soul cries out to when they are alone. And no false bond can hold them anymore once the truth is fully known. They've had visions lately. Dreams they don't fully understand. Encounters where they saw that past person in a way that made them tremble. These are signs from the divine, showing them what they were truly escaping from. Archangel Michael says, divine fire is burning away the final traces of that soul taker. Their influence is ending. And now, your love has space to finally breathe. Type Amen to get blessing 636. If you still feel burdened by the confusion, remember this: they never truly stopped loving you. They were just afraid that loving you would bring up their hidden wounds. But now, the spiritual veil is lifting. You are being shown the truth because you're ready to receive love in wholeness. No more guessing. No more fragments. No more competing with ghosts. Your love is being purified. What felt broken is about to be reborn with honesty and light. But only if you accept the truth without bitterness. That past relationship was a lesson. For them, it was a survival test. For you, it's a spiritual confirmation that you were never the problem. Type Amen to get blessing 313. When they finally open up to you, don't be surprised if they break down. That past left scars that words can't express. But when they see that you're still standing there, despite everything, they'll realize what real love looks like. And you? You'll feel something lift from your chest. That pressure, that weight, that unknown sadness, it will be gone. Because what was once hidden is finally in the light. The soul taker will try to return one last time. In dreams, in thoughts, even through mutual friends. But it will no longer affect your person the same way. They have changed. Archangel Michael says, keep your spirit steady. This test is passing. And a new chapter is waiting just beyond the closure you're about to receive. Type Amen to get blessing 232. Your prayers did this. Your patience. Your heart. All of it was recorded in heaven, and now divine action is unfolding like clockwork. You were not crazy to feel like something had a hold on them. You were spiritually accurate. Your soul saw what their eyes couldn't yet see. But now, those eyes are opening. And the love you have been giving in the dark? It's finally about to be seen in full light. This person will look at you soon, not just with gratitude, but with awe. Because in a world that tried to break them, you were their peace. Type Amen to get blessing 505. And that soul taker? They will face divine justice. Not by your hands, but by the laws of the unseen. What they took, what they twisted, what they cursed, it's all being returned to them multiplied. Because you cannot touch a divine union without consequence. You cannot interfere in heaven's plan without reckoning. And that reckoning has already begun. You will hear about it soon. Maybe through someone else. Maybe through a sudden message. But the energy will confirm what you already know, that the old power they had is broken. Your person, once afraid, will now walk toward you with clarity. Not to apologize for the past, but to start something real for the future. Type Amen to get blessing 828. This moment right now is the turning point. Every spiritual attack, every emotional distance, every delay has led to this moment of awakening. You are not just receiving truth. You are being elevated to a new version of love, one that cannot be shaken by the past. Your presence has always been the healing they needed. But now, they'll finally recognize it out loud. This love is being returned to you in a higher form. Protected. Honest. Clean. Because that's what you deserve. Archangel Michael says, your love is no longer fighting in silence. It's rising in power. And no darkness can stop what heaven has now ordained. Type Amen to get blessing 444. The day is approaching when the truth will no longer feel like a burden, it will feel like release. Their heart, once divided between old pain and new hope, is leaning entirely in your direction now. You will feel the shift, not just through words but through their actions that start honoring your worth like never before. Don't be surprised when they start speaking names they once kept silent. Don't be shocked when they start unraveling stories you never asked for. This is their spirit purging. This is what it looks like when someone breaks free from a soul contract forged in pain. There may be tears. There may be pauses. There may be moments they struggle to say it all, but stay grounded. You've already won the war they didn't know how to fight alone. You were the light, even when they couldn't acknowledge it. You stood where others ran. You prayed when others laughed. You believed in a love that others tried to bury beneath confusion, and now, heaven is rewarding your endurance. Type Amen to get blessing 373. Archangel Michael says, even the stars above are aligning to support this shift. You may begin seeing repeated numbers, dreams of healing, or even people reaching out unexpectedly to confirm what your spirit already knows: the old bond is broken. The soul taker will feel the release. They may become restless, bitter, or erratic. That's not your battle. Do not respond. Do not re-engage. You are not responsible for how they handle the loss of control. Your only responsibility now is to protect your peace. The season of defending your place in someone's life is over. This is your time to receive without having to fight for what you've always deserved. There will be one more test. A final moment where your patience will be tempted. Maybe they hesitate. Maybe fear creeps back. But do not let it undo the progress, because victory is already unfolding in silence. Type Amen to get blessing 616. Your person will confess it all. The things they told no one. The thoughts they buried. The emotions they numbed. They will lay them in front of you like shattered glass, and trust you not to bleed from it. This is sacred. This is healing. This is what divine love looks like in action, not just words. And when you hear it, you will not react in anger. You will feel peace wash over you. Because your soul already knew, and now your heart has finally caught up. You are not losing them. You are reclaiming them. You are not breaking down. You are breaking through. This is not the end of love, it's the beginning of divine alignment. They loved her once, yes. But it was never real. Not like what they feel for you. Not like the way their soul calms when they're near you. That other love was a lesson, this one is a blessing. Type Amen to get blessing 707. Watch for the change in their eyes. Watch how they start seeing you, not just with affection, but with reverence. You are their awakening. And they will never forget that you loved them even when they were lost in another's shadow. The Soul Taker was a chapter. But you? You're the divine book their life was meant to write with. There is no comparison. There never was. The spiritual entrapment they were under has ended. The cords are severed. The grip is gone. And now they are returning, not as someone half-torn, but as someone fully present. Archangel Michael says, their silence was never rejection. It was resistance. Resistance to truth, resistance to healing, resistance to facing the depth of what you really meant to them. But now that resistance is crumbling. Type Amen to get blessing 959. Your name will now be honored where it was once hidden. Your love will now be spoken where it was once denied. Your worth will now be praised where it was once ignored. This is what divine timing looks like. You waited, and heaven saw it. You cried, and angels counted every tear. You loved, and now it's your turn to be loved without limits. There may still be whispers from the past. But they will not hold weight. They are dust now, fading behind the power of this sacred renewal. Your life is about to shift in ways your heart isn't even fully ready for. Not just in love, but in energy, in purpose, in how you carry yourself. You are being promoted in the spirit. Everything that woman or man tried to block is now being accelerated. The blessings they delayed are rushing toward you. The love they tried to distort is purifying itself. Type Amen to get blessing 353. You are no longer healing someone else's wounds, you are co-creating a future with someone who now sees your soul clearly. Their apology will be real. Their regret will be deep. But their devotion? That will be eternal. You did not suffer in vain. You did not fight for nothing. What is coming to you now will be bigger than anything that ever tried to leave you broken. Archangel Michael says, the spirit of confusion has been evicted. The spirit of delay has been bound. The spirit of sabotage has been cast out. Now rise. Not as the victim, but as the victor. Your crown is being restored. And your heart? It will love again, freely, fully, fearlessly. Type Amen to get blessing 848. This person who was once lost in another's spell is now returning with truth in their eyes. And the way they look at you? It'll say everything. I should have seen you sooner. I should have loved you louder. But I'm here now, and I'm not leaving. You will not be left behind. You will not be second to anyone again. The divine is rewriting your love story in front of your enemies. Watch what happens next. Miracles will move fast. Clarity will be sharp. And the love you once feared was slipping away. It's anchoring itself deeper than ever before. You are chosen. You are seen. You are loved. Not in fragments, but in fullness. Type Amen to get blessing 1211. You stood through storms most people would have run from. You held space for someone who didn't know how to receive it. You believed when logic screamed at you to stop. But love like yours doesn't go unnoticed by the divine. Heaven has been watching. And now? Heaven is rewarding. You will be held. You will be honored. You will be prioritized, not as an option, but as destiny. This is your season. And no past relationship can steal what is finally yours. Not now. Not ever again. Type Amen to get blessing 9999. Archangel Michael says, what once tied their soul to a false lover is now breaking apart like dry roots under divine thunder. That woman or man who once walked beside your person left behind a spiritual residue. But what they didn't expect was that you would arrive like a divine wind, shaking every foundation built on manipulation. You weren't just a lover, you were their spiritual rescue. Every time you loved them, it weakened the false bond. Every time you spoke light into them, it pushed the darkness back. And now, the spell is shattered. Their past relationship was not just intense, it was spiritual warfare. They were drained, emotionally hijacked, and forced to question their own identity. And still, they never told you the full truth, because they were afraid it would make you leave. But you didn't leave. You stayed when the energy was heavy. You listened when the words were few. You held their hand when their soul was trembling under memories they couldn't put into words. Type Amen to get blessing 2233. Now they are different. Not perfect, but different. Softer. Clearer. Awake. They can feel the difference between real love and the cage they escaped. You will see the signs. In the way they text you. In the way they look at you without speaking. In the small moments when their guard lowers and their spirit feels free around you. And most importantly, you will feel the shift in your own energy. The heaviness that once followed you is dissolving. Because you were never the cause, you were the cure. This past person may still try to provoke, to appear, to stir doubt in your spirit. But it won't touch you. You've risen too high. Your angels are too close. And what God has cleared, no man or woman can bind again. Type Amen to get blessing 1777. You have cried silently. You've questioned why you were put in the middle of a storm you never started. But now you know, you were chosen for the cleanup after a spiritual war. Because your love doesn't just mend, it sanctifies. Your presence doesn't just comfort, it delivers. That's why the enemy targeted you. That's why this past person feared your name. They knew once your person truly experienced your love, they'd never go back. They knew their false power would be over. And that's exactly what's happening now. Soon, someone will speak about you, possibly someone from that old circle. And they will say things that sound like rumors, like warnings. Do not absorb it. Those words come from desperation, not truth. Type Amen to get blessing 6655. This person, your person, now sees you for who you are. Their eyes are open. Their loyalty is returning. And the love they once held back will now pour without fear. They may ask for time to fully explain. Let them. They may hesitate with guilt. Be patient. This healing must happen on divine time, not pressured time. They will mention dreams, or flashes of memory, or feelings they cannot explain. They are not random. These are divine downloads. Proof that Archangel Michael and heaven itself has been working on their soul. This love between you two is no longer contaminated. What felt broken is now blessed. What was delayed is now accelerated. What was hidden is now being honored. Type Amen to get blessing 9191. Get ready for sudden changes. Plans to meet. Messages that are more vulnerable. Unexpected gestures that say, I never forgot you. You will feel love again, but this time without the confusion. They may even cry in front of you. Not from sadness, but from the realization of what they almost lost. Let that moment be sacred. You are not here to punish them, you are here to rise with them. You are not here to remind them of their past, you are here to walk beside them into the future. And as you take those steps together, the energy around both of you will shift. Family will notice. Friends will sense it. Even strangers will recognize a glow they can't explain. Archangel Michael says, your union is now protected by heavenly fire. No weapon formed against it will prosper. Type Amen to get blessing 1444. What was taken from? Your peace is being restored with double joy. What was hidden in pain is being revealed in love. And what you once feared would ruin everything is now turning into the very fuel of your testimony. There will be whispers around you, but don't engage. There will be temptation to defend your position, but don't fall for it. Divine justice is loud enough. You don't have to explain what God is blessing. They are returning not out of guilt, but out of awakening. Their soul feels safest with you. And safety is something they never truly had before. Your love was a lighthouse when their world was storming. And now they're docking their heart in your harbor, for good. Type Amen to get blessing 2828. Prepare yourself. Their words will be different. Their actions will be louder. Their love will be fierce. This is no longer a person split in two, it's a whole soul choosing you. You didn't just heal them, you helped resurrect them. You reminded them what love without fear tastes like. And now they can't imagine tasting anything less again. You will hear the truth. You will understand the delay. And you will forgive, not because they asked, but because peace deserves space in your life again. Archangel Michael says, the shadows of their past no longer define the light of your future. That season is done. That pain is closed. Now breathe. Smile. Rest. And prepare to love, not from survival, but from divine abundance. Type Amen to get blessing 5151. And when they say those words, "You were the only one who saw me when I couldn't even see myself," you will know why heaven kept telling you to hold on. The one who was once serious with the wrong soul is now finally serious about the right one. You. Your prayers were not in vain. Your faith was not wasted. Your tears were not unnoticed. The angels collected them all. And now your reward is arriving, wrapped not just in love, but in truth. Type Amen to get blessing 3333. Would you like the next part to begin with the moment they arrive to confess everything to you, or a future scene where peace and reunion blossom after healing?